Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Forensics, the crime scene detective. Today's beverage is a very refreshingly chilled Raz Cranberry juice drink. So welcome back to the game where previously we were once again doing another case. I was going to say cases because prior to that we had done so. However, the last one was a little bit longer. This was the whiskey and gunfire at the pool bar. And, well, basically someone was upset about a bill and we managed to identify everybody involved. That was the TL didn't watch. So yeah, we got that case completed. Score was 93 of 100 and it was probably going to be higher if I'd actually sampled some of the evidence that we found. I think there was some sort of bio sample I just totally forgot about, but hopefully better for the next one, which is going to be at minimum the shattered cash machine. So it's status unlocked, score nil, because again, like all of these, I have not attempted them. This is the first time I'm going to see them. So witnesses report a loud noise in the street at approximately 2 a.m. in the morning, and... What? Well, is there not 2 a.m. in the morning? Surely that's redundant. That's the whole point in the AM PM. And called the police as an ATM machine nearby alley had been blown up. Okay. That's a bit different to being damaged. Let me go to the crime scene. And as is standard, we're going to have a look around and we'll see what we've got. So this one is a bit more of an open case, as in there's just been a reported disturbance. So we've got here only an hour and 10 minutes after. So 3:10 a.m. You've arrived at the back alley where the ATM machine has been blown up. Witness report a loud noise approximately at 2 a.m. Investigate the scene and collect all relevant evidence. So there we go. So this is the first time, as I said, we've been sent to an area where it's just been like, oh, well, immediately we got some samples. Yeah, we've been sent to a location without any... Oh, witnesses saw this, there was that, you know, there was like different things like that involved, as in like we've had some sort of witness reports or that sort of thing. We've just had, well, it's blown up. So first thing, it's a building. It's not like an outside ATM machine. We have a smartphone and a biological sample in a generic sports bag, Go-Go sports team. Our sample, we've got our normal cases, so the photo camera evidence markers, etc., and we've got the material kits and fingerprints. I'm not seeing any gun kit, so that might be an indication as to, yeah, what the deal is there. This is a lot more smaller location than the previous one. Can we interact with the bin? We can interact with the bin. I assume there's nothing in the bin. No. Okay, and we can see there's lots of debris around here and also some biological samples. Looks like to be 2 biological samples, and is that the third? Or is that just the way the... No, that's just the way the machine is. There's also biomaterial there. We've got a couple of bits around here. Once again, I would expect lots and lots of fingerprints because, you know, these machines are used all the time. What I'm not seeing, and this is a bit of a problem, is... And a bit of a doubt... This is obviously made because for the game. You would expect huge amounts of CCTV in a building like this. If you've got 3 cash machines, 3 ATMs, you would have CCTV. In fact, that would probably be indeed CCTV. So we shall see what we can find. Let's go to the UV light and standard procedure. We'll go on to things like over here, the magazines, and on the table, etc. We'll have a go around this area. So when it comes to this sort of location, obviously you would expect to find lots of fingerprints. In fact, you would probably expect to... Again, from my untrained eye, that you get lots of fingerprints here. That's going to be really difficult to take. Okay, we'll see what I can do. You would expect to see lots of fingerprints and probably most of them unusable. I don't know how usable or not they would be, you know, after an explosion. There you are. So lots and lots of fingerprints here. Taking all of these is going to be an absolute nightmare. And we'll have to obviously go through them all. So we'll see on that one. Pedal bin, nothing in there. I mean, I don't think there's going to be anything on the glass just because we can close the lid from here. Just have a quick scan of the walls there. Okay, that's fine. And around here, I've done here as well. Didn't check around the bag though, and I wouldn't expect to find anything, but there you go. Nothing behind that area. I didn't check underneath here, so yeah, nothing there, nothing around here. On these artworks. Didn't check in around this area. No, okay, we'll have a quick look around there. No, we can't do that. Underneath. It's not Taskmaster. Always check underneath the... always check underneath the table. What about the keypad underneath here? Is there anything underneath there? I don't think so. The keypad has been totally blown apart there. Okay, nothing there. Under here, no. Okay, so I've satisfied my own curiosity as to the fingerprints. I mean, there could be some elsewhere, but we shall see. So I need the kit, don't I? Actually, it's the evidence markers first, is it not? So we'll go ahead and we shall take some evidence markers and place them like so. 1 and 2, and I'm going to go for the biological samples 3 and then 4, and then we're going to go onto fingerprints. Now, naturally, I will do my best to mark these out and take them in order. However, I have a feeling that just because of the sheer amount of... Oh, there's also a biological sample there. Okay, maybe I'm just going to abort the whole mission and about taking them in order. I have a feeling the game is going to struggle giving me all of these just because of the positioning of things. I'll do that, and then I'll come back to the other ones. Oh no, there's also one here as well that I can probably take. Right, so there's the 14 that we have there. Let's go ahead and we'll take the photos. So we've got the... where is it? The phone. So that is fine. So we can take that, and we can take a picture of that. Sorry, we've taken a picture of that. Angle too steep. How is it too steep? It's not. There we go. There's that done. And we're going to come over to here. And 1, and then 2. That's all good. So these ones should be quite easy to get. There we are. And let's see if we can get that one in there. Yeah, as long as it says on the top right, status okay, then I'm not too concerned as to what the deal is. That one is probably best to crouch down. And see, that's that shows that it's sort of, yeah, it's overlapping. Too much overlap. So that one says too much overlap, but it also status okay. Okay, it says okay, so it should be fine. In here as well, too much overlap. I might have to remove the too steep angle. I might have to remove that evidence marker and start that again. Yeah, I'm going to discard that one. In fact, I'm going to... I will end up getting confused on this, I know. Okay, 9, 10. Too much overlap on that one as well. So them corner ones there are difficult. That one's okay. That one's okay. Right, so I'm going to do 2 more evidence markers and then 2 more shots with the camera. Actually, no, probably not 2 more shots with the camera. Evidence marker, I'll put this one in here. I'm hoping I can take it like that. And that one and... Oh, which one was it now? This is... I knew I was going to get... Yeah, confused on that one. Which ones have one I've taken? Ah! I think I'm going to have to remove that one. Discard that. Yeah, I'll probably end up taking multiples of them. I've done that one. It's those top 2, isn't it? I'm pretty sure. But now I'm doubting myself. This is why I wasn't going to do it this order. That one should be fine, though. Yes. And then this one. Yes. And I'm sure I've already taken that one. But I'll take another one. And that one we have taken. That one. So there's 13 and 12. You can take multiples of them. That should be fine. So I need 1, 2, 3. Getting those is going to be a nightmare. I might go ahead then, and I'm going to pick up the fingerprints kit, and I'm going to extract the fingerprints for these ones just to make it easier. So naturally, I expect to find, obviously, employee fingerprints. I don't know why... Obviously, this one has been blown up. This one's been blown up. Oh, remove excess powder before applying the tape. Ah. So that was the first time I've had to do that, I believe. So we'll discard these. I mean, while I've got the evidence kit, might as well do it. No reason not to. We have to do them all eventually. Do we not? I don't know if they have to essentially account for gravity on taking these. But there we are. Yeah, we have to take all these eventually, so I've got the kit, I might as well do it. And there we go. Oh, that's still a bit... No. Bit more. There we go, that's fine. No, not remove excess powder. So that might smudge the sample. Those have been taken. Might as well do these ones. I don't have to remove these markers either, though, over here. It's fine. There we go. And then there was these ones here. Again, like the previous case, the... Oh, so I've applied now. In none of the previous scenarios, I've not applied too much powder, but in this one I've managed to do it, I think, 3 times. Hey, I like the previous case, as I was saying. Oh, then again. There we go. Like the previous one, it's in a public place, so it's going to be a lot of fingerprints. I'm wondering if it's been changed, the fingerprint stuff, to be a bit more... Yeah, you have to remove it more. I don't know. Or whether it's just me, most likely. Right, so 17, 18, 9. I'm hoping I can get away with that. And get them all in one go. Let's see about that one. So we'll bring this in here. 17 should be easy. 17, 18... 19, yes! Okay. Right. So that's going to go in there. Fingerprints kit. And extract fingerprint. I don't know which one we're doing, but we're doing it. So, here we go. Looks to be about right. That's all good. Next fingerprint. So this one and the one 18 and 17 look... from this view, as a cursory glance, to be the same. So, let's see what they actually are. There we go. That one. No, I've put too much on. There you go. So, that's all of that. I'm going to put that back and biomaterial. Biological sample. So rub that like so to collect sample. And then there's at least 3 more. So that there. And that. And that. Okay, so we have taken maybe 10 or so fingerprints. We've taken all of the 1, 2, 3, 4 biological samples. This bag here, I mean, is it right of us to work, like to start putting it together? Or surmising as to what happened? So I'm seeing the phone and the biological sample there. Has it gone boom, and then they've sort of went and ran out and then left stuff there, and including that? I don't know. It just looks too convenient. But As always, we can come back to things, so we will do that. I'm going to check my emails first. It'll probably just be spam. Who is watering away from 3 days tomorrow? Forensic training course in Birmingham. Could someone water large ficus in the atrium while I'm gone? Half a mug on Friday is plenty. No, I'll upgrade to still water is required. Tap water will be fine. Fingerprint database. So, fingerprint analysis against the criminal database has revealed a possible match. Olaf Richer fingerprints have been added for comparison. DNA analyses. DNA samples of the crime scene produced profiles with no match in the database. The blood found on the scene and the body tissue belong to the same person. Okay. Right. So this is Olaf, and they're from the criminal database. We can see we've got the scene here. It's already, the shattered cash machine has been obviously pointed out here with all of the fingerprints. It feels like there should be a one up there. I might come back and have a look at that. But we're going to do some of the easy ones first. So dissolved a memory chip. It's a Corellia smartphone. And we'll do this chip. So we don't know again who this belongs to. It could have been the person who set the bomb off. We say a bomb. Yeah, we don't know exactly as to what's happened there. Come on, just eating the chip, trying to do it even as possible. Come loose. There we go. And I will. Yeah, I mean, it could have been that. It could have just been a phone that's just. Sorry. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. There we go. Yeah, it could have just been a phone that was just discarded or lost, and it's been found after this. What's going on? So this is the Corellia K Memo 11. Serial number 891 Echo 7 Charlie 81. And we will export the results, and there we go. And I will send that away straight away to see if it points towards anyone. So send the digital analysis, and what was it actually? Mobile phone recovered from the sports bag was identified belonged to Tom Berger and successfully analysed. Message call logs found the device were made immediately before and after the ATM explosion. Several contacts point toward a third person involved, Frank Newman. Okay. Phone belongs to Tom Berger and was found inside a bag alongside the money and... Oh, the money! So the money was in the bag. Okay. And the bloody tissue. Phone call messages. History point towards accomplice Frank Newman, who acted as the driver of the getaway car. Police dispatched to find Frank Newman to enter his apartment, but he is not to be found. Okay. So we have Olaf and Newman. Okay. Let us go ahead and... I'm going to do the fingerprints just to get this out of the way. Actually, I'm not, because as you analyse more things, more people come into play, and then you have to end up going back and doing them all anyway. So I'll do the biological samples. Oh, known DNA profiles. Sorry, I have to place all of the samples. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You close this, you start the analysis, and then we'll go through them. But apparently it's not going to match anyone. But that doesn't mean there isn't a match. We just have to do it ourselves. So we shall see. So you can see that's working through. It takes a little while to do that. So that's all fine. We've not found a firearm because it doesn't say that there was a firearm involved. Not to say that there wouldn't be one found. So they could have been armed at the time. It could have gone off accidentally during the explosion or whatever. I have a feeling that because it didn't mention it and there's been no kit delivered for it, that's the main one, there's not going to be one. So there's the evidence here for the DNA. Let's go ahead and... Oh, no, you can't do that. You're going to have to analyze it first. So we'll go to the DNA profiles. Oh, of course, we haven't got any DNA profiles. Okay, we're just going to have to start matching up then. So, fingerprints of Olaf. We're going to say fingerprint number 1. And that is no match, export. And that is also Is that no match? Is that no match? There and there? No. There? Oh no, it might be. I see. Right, that is allowing me to match these up. There and there. Weak evidentiary value. So it's matching up correctly, as in these bits. But that's not that fingerprint, is it not? I'm looking for this line here is it's no match. That one is. So there and there. There and there. We've got some ends. That one and that one. That one and that one. Hang on, that one. Strong evidentiary value. And we're going to get it to very strong. So it's a match. And again, we can probably just say that is a match. I'm not going to do the work. Like, match them all up, because I don't think you need to. It's no match. It's just whether or not I have to do these correctly. That's the problem. But I'm just aware that these do take a huge amount of time. And time is a factor. Not just in-game, but also, I would imagine, for these sorts of things. I'm guessing people who do this as a living would highly disagree. And it's all about the accuracy. I'm sure some lawyer so bent he can sleep on a spiral staircase will end up arguing that fact. Comparing the matching the fingerprints from Olaf record criminal database records produce a match who was present at the crime scene. Olaf was found and taken in for questioning. He confesses to having taken part in the incident, revealed the name of his accomplice, Tom Berger. His apartment has been searched for fingerprints and comparisons were achieved. Tom Berger could not be located, but Olaf provided DNA evidence during the questioning. Excellent. So we can confirm that or deny that. Hang on, what? No, there we go. Okay. So I have to supply his... He's given us a sample. Doesn't mean it's been analysed. We're doing that now. So, there we go. That is Olaf. And now we have their profile. So we're going to match it with this. So, this is what we are trying to... what we're trying to match up. And I think... So we're looking for, basically, a peak and not a peak. So, could be there. No. So, peak, no peak. New mail received. Okay. As this is the part of the game that I'm least familiar with, I'm not convinced there's a match there. Because that... No, that doesn't go. That wouldn't go. I guess I could scale that out. No, it's not going to happen. I don't think there's a match on that one. I don't think so, but I'm going to come back to it just to see what the mail says. Mix up in the break room. Hello, I put homemade muffins in the break room this morning. Just to be clear, the white stuff on top is icing sugar, not fingerprint powder from the drawer. You may eat them without filling out an incident report. Thanks, Carol. Okay, Carol. Right, another DNA profile. Well, no, it's the same profile. It's just a different sample. So that's... Right, so this bit here is what we're analysing. The background is the same, is it not? Yes. So I don't think there's a match for the first one, but I don't know about the second one, obviously. So we have 2 peaks on this, which is possible. The second peak is higher. So that one? No. This next one could be. I mean, again, it's similar, but not the same. I don't know how accurate one needs to be for this. Definitely not that one. And that one can't scale right to there. That one can't even go further than that, so must be a long. Okay, again, I'm not too sure on these at all. So this next one. This next one, where can we go here? That one there looks like it could... No, because it's too large. So the peaks are quite large here with two little bumps before. I'm gonna have to go back to training for this sort of thing. That could be right though. Again, I don't know how accurate we need to be for this. That looks to be right. I think that is right. Like that. It's close. I'm going to say profiles match. That's a long profile, isn't it? Right. Could it be that one? No, because the first peak is smaller. None of them. Could it be here? No, because again the first peak's smaller. That looks right, actually. No. It does feel like I'm just trying to fit them in, which is not really right. I'm going to go back and exit that. I'm going to get the report. I'm going to send that off. I just want to see if there's any more evidences to that. Send the evidence. Let's see. This might be. This feels like it's going to be the first one that I'm really going to get wrong. Yeah, it really does. I also want to go back, actually, while I'm here. I'll go back to the scene. I want to see if there's more fingerprints up here. And up there. No, okay. Right. Just wanted to satisfy my curiosity on that. Back to the lab. Okay. So it's going to come down to these profiles. Although, I have got more fingerprints, have I not? Got Tom. Gonna look at Tom's. Oh, that's a match. No match. And this is a bit of a test for me as well. Because I want to... I want to see if I can just go through and basically just eyeball it and say, yeah, that's right, that's wrong, that's right, that's wrong, etc. Without using the loops or anything like that, and see if the game will get that. And obviously doing this will provide us with more information, which could be helpful. Fingerprints comparison confirms Tom Berger was present at the crime scene, still could not be located. Investigation concluded the 3 people were involved in the case of the shattered cash machine. 2 people at the ATM were Olaf Richter, who was arrested. Tom Berger, who could not be located. The driver of the Getaway car was identified as Frank Newman, who has gone into hiding. Okay. Lab reports. The crime scene is clear and the lab reports are finalised. You've extracted every possible lead from this scene. Are you ready to solve the case? Yes. I mean, crime scene evidence 100 of 100, fingerprints 12, digital evidence 1, biological samples 4, crime scene photos 16 of 17. I've obviously missed one of those there. Evidence quality is 100%, analyses 85 of 100, fingerprints analysed 6, digital analyses 1, DNA profile 5. It does say I've got all of them, incorrect analyses 1. I think that was the DNA profile most likely, or one of the fingerprints. However, the quality was 19 of 100. Wow. However, solving is 100%. Its total score is 95. Analysis quality 19 of 100. So maybe I do have to mark, like, analyze the marks, or whether it's just the incorrect ones messed it up. That's actually give me more questions than answers. Not for the case. The case, apparently, we've solved it and job done, ticky box. However, for this one, in terms of doing it, I still don't know whether I have to mark up the loops to get it done. And the DNA profiles, obviously I just didn't do some of them. I didn't say yes or no. That's why the quality's so low. I think the end result is just do what I was doing previously. Mark them up and say yes and no and do all that way, because otherwise, well, you are going to get them wrong, potentially. But the numbers don't lie. 95 out of 100. That's the highest we've actually got. No, actually, no. We've got a few 100%ers. Again, over 50% is acceptable, but I don't like it. 80% or more, 80 score 80 or more. I'll be happy with. Obviously, like that is okay. So we've got a couple more. We've got the paper trails and the blood tiles at the pool bar. Let's have a look at paper trails, shall we? Actually, a bit of a jump cut there, because I wanted to, A, get a beverage refresh. Today's new beverage is a pineapple and grapefruit soda. And secondly, I wanted to double check the way you do the fingerprints, which is indeed, you have to match the internal parts of it. You can't just say, yes, it's a match and job done. You have to get it to strong evidentiary value for it to be basically valid and accepted. But as I said, we did get our shattered cash machine score up to 95. So we'll say that is now done. Anyway, the paper trail status unlocked score nil. Officers were dispatched after receiving a call from Claudia Ruta, a neighbour who noticed strange chemical smells, late night noises coming from her neighbour's garages. Upon arriving, officers discovered equipment consistent with document forgery, including bank IDs, a printer, chemical supplies. The scene was cleared and the owner of the garage, Michael Brandt, was taken in for questioning. His fingerprints and DNA were taken as comparison material. So, two people of note, Claudia and Michael. Let's go ahead and get the case, and as is standard, we're going to go through and identify things. There will be some samples to collect, naturally, lots of fingerprints and biological samples. On that, actually, I did check, and as of the time recording, there is note of there being changes made to the ident system with DNA, which will be live by the time you watch this video. It's just not when I'm doing this. Anyway, it's 9:30 a.m. You have arrived at the garage following reports of strange chemical smells and late night noises. The owner has been taken in for questioning. Investigate the garage and collect all relevant evidence. Yes. Okay, so immediately, biological sample. We can see there's one there. Near some burnt pieces of paper. Okay. We have our, yes, sample lid. We have our normal case. We have two biological samples there. Taking the photos of those is going to be absolutely horrid. We're going to go ahead and check around here, check the floor. It said late night noises. I'm seeing, oh, it says pick up scissors. Interesting. Are there? Oh, so I can't see at the moment, but there might be something on there that we need to take. Probably fingerprints. Yeah, obviously we've got the drum kit. So late night noises and chemical smells. It could be completely. Yeah, like. Oh, hang on, USB flash drive. Yes, and oh, bank IDs. Okay, I was gonna say it could be completely sort of innocent, but maybe not. And you can play the instruments. Anyway, so I've gone ahead and obviously had a look around. We've got the scissors, we've got the flash drive, I've got some bank IDs. Let's go ahead and crouch. We've got some biological, a biological bucket. Also, the cans of beverage are absolutely massive. I don't necessarily approve of, approve of. Oh, is that more IDs? Yeah, it looks to be, and also a bottle there as well. Good job, we check around there. Yeah, I don't necessarily approve or disapprove of that one, but it depends on the contents, I guess, and the calorific quantity. Okay, I think we're going to get some fingerprint scanning around here. So naturally, we'll find. Oh yes, okay. This is, in my opinion, better. I prefer the rooms that are smaller. However, it is also a bit of a nightmare to actually collect things from. So we've got samples absolutely everywhere, and I don't know. Again, I'm seeing multiple fingerprints. Okay, so we'll have a scan around as is standard procedure, and done what's in the bags. Have a look around here. Don't anticipate anything else, really. Okay, so obviously around where people will be interacting with things. Speaking of interactions, when you've got things like this where you can interact with the drum kits and things like that, you don't seem to find any like evidence on it necessarily. So okay, I don't know how I'm going to take a picture of that. That's going to be horrid. Let's just go prone here. Don't expect to find anything else, but you don't know. Okay, cursory inspection. Let's go ahead. Oh, wrong. Evidence marker. So we've got the biological sample 1, biological sample 2. How on earth it expects me to take these, I do not know. Because these are 2 distinct samples. I'm going to try that. Over here, I've got... I wish I could just move the lamp, but we can't. And I'm going to say 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Most of those will be blocking. See all of these. 10. No, not happening. No, that's not placing. It's not happening. It's not doing it. It's not happening. Right, end of game. That's the end of that then. I'm just trying to think of the lines of sight so I can shoot that way and get 10 in there, then 11, and then 12, 13, 14. Am I just gonna have to stick it to the light? 14. That one's just not happening. It's just not placing. No, it's just not happening. Oh, 14. 15. 16. I don't know. That's as best I can probably do. Definitely didn't want to do that. Okay. So there's the scene. That's a big pile of evidence. Right, I'll do my best. So this one should be the easy one. Too much overlap. Okay, good start. I put it far too close, so I can't even do that one. Okay. That's evidence marker. And you remove it. And it's going to be 17. Why is that? Well, it's a gameplay decision made. And I guess it would be real life. You wouldn't want to contaminate evidence, right? I did not expect to be able to take those. I did not expect to be able to take those like that. This one's the one I'm really going to struggle with. I'm going to have to crouch down, I might. Actually, that was relatively easy. 5, 6, 7, 8. No evidence marker and too much overlap. Okay. So I can get rid of that one and take it again, but I think I'll have some problems with it. No. That one and that one. I'm going to have to put it, like, there. Should be alright. I have a good feeling about that, which means it's probably not going to work. Far too much overlap. Apparently the scissors are huge. No evidence marker. No. Okay. Right. Okay. It's going to fight me, this one. Let's place it back there. Again, I think it might be a bit too close on that one. Come on. Do my best. It's done it. Right. We've got that accepted. This one over here should be fine. Angle too steep. Too steep. Oh, yeah, okay. Right. So I'm going to have to maybe crouch. Oh, yeah. There you go. The photos are not very good. Now, I was getting a bit confused there. Doesn't take much. We had the scissors and then the USB stick, and I was thinking, I'm getting both in, but no, the scissors are not the evidence. It is the USB stick. So, 12... 13, 14, 15, and let me get rid of that one. 16. It says it's all right. It says it's all right. Speaking of all right, let's go. So biological sample. Get all these. Crouch down. Collect biological material. Like that. And you can see on the left that it has updated the photo. So you can open that up. So it shows the picture where we've taken it from, etc. So that's all good. We can pick up the scissors. We can pick up the blank IDs. We can pick up the USB flash drive. We can pick up the bottle. There we go. So it's been a while since we've done any great analysis on stuff we've collected, like bottles and cans. So we'll have to put it in the fume hood. Just sprinkle all this on. Seems about right. There you go. There's a fingerprint on this ID. Exceptionally difficult to see, and I think I might have put too much on. No, it said it was alright. So I don't know whether this is just a partial, or whether it's a different fingerprint entirely. So that's okay. I don't necessarily need to do this in order, because obviously we've managed to take all the photos and things. So it's fine. This one and the one next to it is the same. But I do have to prove that to get it to strong evidentiary value. So there you go. Shouldn't really bring beverages into crime scene. Could contaminate it. This fingerprint's different. But, and I think this is a big part of the game, the fun is in finding out. You know, I would say at least half of it is finding out what's happened. Even if we're not 100% on things ourselves, finding out what the end result is like a fun part of it. Hang on. There we go. So it might just be that one person in here is using this for, you know, criminal means. Other people are just doing band practice. Because it did say Claudia, a neighbour, noticed strange chemical smells and late night noises coming from one of her neighbour's garages. Noticed strange chemical smells and loud noises coming from our neighbour's garage late night for several weeks now. It started getting worse recently. I decided to call the police. And then Michael Brandt. We've got a biological sample for their saliva. And yeah. The neighbour is... neighbour's garages. Consistent with forgery, bank IDs, printers, chemical supplies, etc. It's Michael Brandt's taken into questioning. Fingerprints, DNA were taken. Alright, so there still might be more to collect. Just gonna have a quick run of the crime scene. Everything is marked as okay. I didn't find anything on here, which is curious. But let's go to the lab. Let's have a go through the lab. So Claudia, I don't expect necessarily there to be a problem there. But hey, we've got lots of fingerprints matches here. A sample collected from the crime scene confirmed to be human blood. Automatic comparisons to Sven Hartman as possible match. Oh, okay. And automatic comparisons of fingerprints with a criminal database suggest a possible match with Sven, as well as a match with Dennis Eckstein, a known criminal. Michael Brandt's fingerprints against the criminal database does not produce any matches. He was not criminally active in the past. And automatic comparisons of fingerprints evidence with the criminal database suggest possible match with Patrick Vogel as a known criminal. We have seen a few of these names before. Before collection, every trace must be photographed together with its matching tag. This is an internal memo. If you place the little cards so close they cover the evidence, block each other, the picture is useless for the case files. Alright, so let's see. We've got... oh my good grief. So there's Claudia, not Claudia. That was the person who called the police. Michael Brandt, that's the owner of the garage, who doesn't have any criminal activity. Sven Vogel, and I would recognise those names. Sven Hartman and Patrick Vogel. Sorry, definitely Vogel. Next team we've got there as well. Right, so we will do a few things. Firstly, we will go to this chamber here. Place evidence of scissors. And what we need to do is close that. Oh no, sorry, if you open the thing it doesn't do it. So you need to place evidence, which is going to place the scissors, and then we close the chamber, and then we extract the fingerprints. So what it does is it fills it up, so it uses, I think, basically super glue. It did say about it, but what that does is then takes it, produces a report, and we can see that. So there is the fingerprint that was on the scissors. Open the chamber. Place the evidence of the bank IDs. Oh, sorry, did it say bank or blank IDs? Investigation details matter. Start extraction. And there you go. Woo! Cryogenic chamber activated. I do like the look of this place. I'm getting strong, and I don't know if it's deliberate, strong Mirror's Edge vibes. So like just a standard, quite neutral colour scheme. So greys and whites with very strong, bright primary colours. So I'll place evidence. Blank IDs, yeah, and then the plastic bottle. And then we'll start the extraction. Okay. So that can do that. While that's going on, I'll run over to here. Put in the flash drive. Start decryption. Should point out that we didn't have a password. I didn't see one. It's not to say that there isn't any, but I didn't see it. And that's all of those done. Digital device successfully decrypted. And export the results, which we will see from here. The device contains multiple files. Thanks for that. Thanks. That's useful. Well, immediately what I do, I send my results off. So I just say, look, there's the digital analysis. And it's always good to do that because you often get mails back. Hacking the flash drive from the computer found the garage confirms Michael Brandt, the owner. Recovered data reveals client lists featuring multiple clients, amongst them names already registered with a criminal database. Sven Hartman, Patrick Vogel, and Dennis Eckstein. Is this guy producing... Yes. Is this a front to basically make different IDs? Yeah, I think it's blank IDs, what we're going for. What's going to happen here? Right, so... fingerprints, we're just going to have to get on top of it. So, Michael Brandt, fingerprint. Immediately no match. Some of these we can just go no match, right? But we're going to have to... So that is a match. So some of these we will, like I say, have to marry up. It is part of the process. You can't just do what I did in the previous one, which is that'll do. Very strong is what you need to get to, ideally. And it is just a case of it's just work. It's just get it done. Might not like it, but it is what you have to do. Strong value, strong value. I mean, obviously these are obvious, but we need to get these to strong. That is another strong one. So there and there, there and there, there and there. These obviously are fairly obvious. That's a match. That is no match. No match. No match. That's a match. Luckily, this one is pretty sort of obvious and easy to do. But it's the time taken to get it. As long as we get the very strong, that's the main thing. Okay. And that one. Strong. One more. Match. So there's all of them done. Sven Hartman. That's it. That's a match. So we got a loop. Got a loop. That's the first time, I think, in this entire game I successfully matched up the loops. Let's see if I can get this one as well. That's rare. That's not something I've oh, that's wrong. Okay, this is going to take forever, this one, isn't it? End. An end. Strong value. And then strong value. Very strong. That's a match. So no match. No match. Ooh. No match. No match. No match. The problem with this is that I know if I get one wrong, admittedly in my haste, it will be pointed out for what it is. Which is fair point. Let's get the end there. Strong evidentiary value. That one and that one. Very strong. We'll match that. No match. This fingerprint is fairly poor. I have a feeling that I'm going to struggle with some of these ones. So we've done half of them. And, well, it is a case of just going through. See, that is a match. I'm just finding the obvious points. So there's one. There's one. There's one. There's one. Strong, but we want very strong. That's a very strong fingerprint, actually. No match. No match. No match. I've just skipped one there, but I'll come back to it. These yes and no's and the unknown and the question marks is great. Just for our own bookkeeping, as it were. Match. No match. Yeah, like I say, some of these are going to be difficult to get. and Patrick Vogel. So, no match. No match. Like I say, small ones on these. That one, I think, is right. We are there. This one's going to be... Ooh, that seemed correct to me. Let's try there and there. No! Okay, the game is not liking it. There and there. That's... I disagree. I disagree entirely. Have I just not got the right run selected? Okay. There and there. No. No? But there and there will our best. Yeah. What a surprise. Okay. Right. I'm going to have to brute force this, aren't I? Interesting. Why is that not lining up there? Because that looks to be right, that one. Junction there and there. It says it's not. Okay, if it's doing that to me, I'm going... Oh, Is this actually the same one? That's what I'm questioning now. It is. But if the game's not lined up, it's like there and there, I'm going to struggle with this. Because I can just say match and yay, there we go. There and there. But it's just not having any of that at all. And maybe that's a line. But I need to get it to strong. And if I can't get what I think is the obvious ones, which is that and that. Nah, this is not happening. Let me go. Oh, didn't mean to say match. You know what? I am going to say match. It is a match. I'm going to go back though. And I'm going to redo it. Is that the right one? This one, yes. So, easy connection there. That's in my opinion, obvious. And I know there's going to be one there, but it's not going to mark because of where it is. That says no. But it will be. But it's not registering it. An end there and an end there is saying no. Okay. So that looks like a junction is not taken very well. But maybe not. End there and there. Nope. End there and there. No, I'm just going to try and absolutely just see if it registers at all anywhere around here. And I've got end selected and I'm not necessarily clicking the end bits there. So end there and end there, end there and end there. Nope, that's just not happening. Okay, maybe it is deliberate. Maybe it is completely deliberate. For that one. What else can I get? There's deltas. That's not classed as a delta. No, of course it wouldn't be. It won't be classed as a loop either. None of these will be. It's weak evidentiary value. If I just do the end there. Is that a delta there? No. I'm going to say match and export it. Basically because I'm not going to waste any more of our time on it. I want to see what I can do though. There, like, so that one. So we've got a junction there, which it says no. But then that one's also got delete. Delete them. Junction there and there, which we've had a yes before. End is there, and oh, well, it's actually not on here. Would be around there though. That's a match. Like I say, I'm not gonna waste any more of your time on it. Okay, there is a hell of a lot of evidence. That's probably about the same amount as the clubhouse that we had. The reason there's so much evidence is not because of the amount of fingerprints, because there was only about maybe 10 fingerprints-ish. And obviously we do use the terms ish for forensic investigation. We yeah, we just got 4 people. Comparisons fingerprints evidence from the crime scene with Dennis Exton's fingerprints and criminal data was produced a match. Dennis is at presence. Michael Brandt is presence at the scene. Vogel's is confirmed, and Stephen's presence is confirmed as well. So all of their precises. Anyway, they're all there. Let me go ahead, biological samples, and get that processed. I should have been done that previously. So we have produced recovered data, which we have sent from the USB stick. We've got the scissors, which we've took fingerprints off. We've got the bottle, which we've taken fingerprints off, and the plastic bottle. Let me go ahead and run over to here. So, Claudia, nothing, because she was the one that reported it. Michael, who's the owner, which is on the scissors and on the table, and on the blank IDs, I believe. Let's have a quick look. It is from the cyanacrylite chamber, so it is. I think it's the bottle. I'm pretty sure that's the bottle. For Sven, yes, they've been there. Vogel, again, in there as well, and Eckstein. But I've matched on it with the bottle, right? Oh no, Michael. Okay. These samples are here. So, Stephen Hartman, DNA profile 1. So we have the sampler. So, again, 2 lines. And, oh, that looks matching. Profiles match. Second one. Oh, we got 3 this time. Interesting. Which could be here. I'm gonna say profiles match. Oh, sorry. Go back. And then this one, which is 2 big peaks. Okay. That could be there. No, it cannot be. Could be there, though. Yep, that's a match. Let's go with this one. And then... So surely none of these should match then. Because we've matched them all up to the previous one. Is that the case? Like I say, as of the time of recording, they haven't made any changes to this, but I believe there are improvements in the pipeline for it. Because that... could be a match. Again, I'm not convinced on this. I'm really not convinced on this. Because I've made some matches where... I'm going to say profiles a match. Where they probably... I've made multiple matches to the same one, which, like, you just can't have, right? So... what we're looking for... peaks. Like that, like that. No. No, because there's 2 peaks there. Profiles don't match. Right, I've got conflicting evidence. I know that I've got conflicting evidence. We've also got another email. It might be a spam one or just random. Internal memo. Luminol reacts with the iron in blood, but it can damage DNA for later analysis. Please do not spray it around the scene just because it glow looks dramatic on television. Secure first, spray second. That's the spray that when you've got the I think that's the spray that when you've got the line of sight for the gunshots. So we received another email. Analysis report. Producer matched with Sven Hartman's profile, confirming the presence. Confronting Michael Brandt with the incriminating evidence of Sven Hartman's blood in his garage led to a confession. Not only is he responsible for the forged documents, but the blood found in his garage indeed belongs to Sven Hartman, who was killed by Michael Brandt after a dispute. Investigations conclude that the owner of the garage, Michael Brandt, is responsible for the forgery. He maintained a long client list which included other known criminals. Sven Hartman, Michael Brandt, and dispute which Michael Brandt killed Sven Hartman, his garage. Still undiscovered leads. I'm going to close the case. So, yes, an investigation conclude that the owner of the garage, Michael Brandt, is responsible for the forgery, maintained a long client list, which included other known criminals. Sven Hartman and Michael Brandt had a dispute, after which Michael Brandt killed Sven. So, there was known criminals there, probably for, let's say, the forged documents or wanting forged documents. However, yeah, the dispute, yes, Michael Brandt killed Sven. We've got a confession. Crime scene in evidence is 95 of 100. Fingerprints is 12, so we haven't got them all. There is still some remaining. Digital evidence 1, that's all collected. Same for the biological samples and general collection, which is like the bottles and the thumbprints. Oh no, digital evidence would be that one. Yeah, so the other things like the bottles and the scissors. Crime scene photos 19 of 19, 100% evidence quality. Analyses, fingerprint analysis again 12 because I didn't get them all done there. Now DNA analysis is 3 with digital evidence 1. DNA profiles 4, incorrect analysis 1. I did say I probably got one of those wrong, and I obviously have. Analysis quality 89 out of 100. Solving is 100%. Total score is 96 out of 100. Once again, acceptable for my personal rating on that one. So there you go. Paper trails score 96 of 100. There we are. We are going to leave it there for now for a bit of forensics crime scene detective. We have blood ties at the pool bar. We are so close to completing the game that we will continue on with these videos and go for a full complete because I'm still enjoying it in spite of the odd rough edge here and there. As I said, there's already going to be, well, when I first did the preview, that was before the game had come out, and then after the fact there was, I think between the second and third video we did, there must have been 4 patches. So by the time you see this, there's probably going to be many more with many improvements and such, so I expect any rough edges to be sort of ironed out by the time you see this. Either way, I'm still enjoying it. I'm still liking the story that goes along with it and us piecing the puzzle puzzle pieces together, etc. Let me know what you think in the comments, and as always, we'll go from there. Next time we will go ahead and try and solve some more cases. As I said, hope you have enjoyed it. Thanks very much for watching. Comments in the comments. Take care, and generic partings out of breath.